Hello everyone. Hi Hallyu fans from all over the world. Welcome to Dajack's What is Hallyu? I'm Dajack, Hallyu missionary. Last time we studied Jerry Bentley's first dynamics of historiography, mass migration. As examples, we talk about the migration history of British Puritans to the America and Koreans lived in Primorsky Krai, Yonhye province to Central Asia. What is Hallyu? Today is the second hour of Hallyu in Jerry Bentley's History, episode 3-2. Out of three dynamics of Jerry Bentley's historiography, today's topics are the second empire building and the third long-distance trade. First, empire building. In a way, human history can be said to be the history of power expansion, the construction of empires large and small. One of the representative examples is the expansion of the power of King Gwanggaeto the Great. King Gwanggaeto the Great, the 19th king of Goguryeo, whose real name was Damdeok, was our conquering monarch, who was also called Yeongnak the Great, Hotewang, and Gwanggaeto Taewang by other nicknames. In here, Yeongnak in King Yeongnak is the first year name, Yeonho in Korea. Yeonho year name is the name given to the year in which a king ascends the throne. In AD 396, King Gwanggaeto the Great conquered Baekje with his naval forces and occupied the lands north of Han River and east of the Yeseong River. And in 400, at the request of King Naemul of Shilla, King Gwanggaeto sent an army of 50,000 and won to defeat the Japanese. Then they counterattacked Mo Yonghee of the Yan dynasty in China and seized more than 700 li of land. In here, 700 li is about 274.9 kilometers, including the two cities of Sinsan and Nansha. Subsequently, in 410, he conquered Dongbuyeo in east, defeated Huyan in the west, and secured the Liaodong region, emerging as the protagonist of Manchuria. Because of this historical background, even now we are wary of China's Northeast project and have the restoration of our homeland in mind. In the 4th century BC, King Alexander of Macedonia subdued Greece, embarked on an expedition to the east, conquered the vast Persian Empire, and he conquered vast territories along the Mediterranean coast, including the Punjab region in northern India, in the east, and Egypt and Libya in northern Africa in the southwest. In here, we should pay attention to the birth of new culture style called Hellenism through his eastern expedition. The great empire achieved by King Alexander has long since disappeared, but the Hellenistic culture created by the era, together with the Hebraism, remains firmly established as the core ideology of the Western cultural spirit even today, 2,500 years later. The eternity of the cultural spirit, this is the future value we seek through Hallyuism. long-distance trade. This is Jerry Bentley's the third and the last dynamics of historiography. A representative example of long-distance trade is the discovery of the New World by Columbus in 1492. Columbus set sail and first discovered the Bahamas, Cuba the second, and Haiti the third. However, Columbus didn't know that it was a new continent and believed that it was the western part of India. Anyway, Columbus's voyage was to open up new trade routes. Around 1000 AD, nearly 500 years before Columbus, another group of Europeans set out from Greenland to visit the Americas. They were Norse people who were active mainly in Scandinavia, Northern Europe, called the Vikings. They bartered with the Native Americans for red cloth and furs on their third continent expedition. This is the scene of long-distance trade. Shilla is an ancient Korean state that lasted for 1000 years from 57 BC to 935 AD. Shilla was a country that developed long-distance maritime trade. Here are some proofs. One of the evidences is the golden sword, excavated from Kerim tomb number 14 in the Silla ruins. If this relic had been brought in by land, it would have been found in Goguryeo or Baekje as well. The reason why it is only excavated in the Shilla burial mounds is that Shilla interacted with other countries through long-distance maritime trade. It shows the production methods and appearance of the western region, Seoyeok, including Central Asia, Western Asia, India, etc. Glass cups excavated from Cheonmacheong and Hwangnam-daecheong are also proofs that Shilla's long-distance maritime trade with the western region was active. Foreign archival records also suggest that Shilla was a country with developed long-distance maritime trade. By the archival records, Shilla is a golden country of gold overflowing. Shilla is a charming country with a free and open character. Choyong's tale also supports that Shilla was a country with developed long-distance maritime trade. Choyong is very different from the face of our nation. His black face, big sunken eyes, and high nose resemble those of the West rather than those of Shilla. Like this, scholars argue that Choyong was a Westerner. In Gwaeryong, the tomb of King Wonsung, the 38th king of Shilla, there are stone statues of the servants guarding the tomb. Among them, there is a statue in the shape of a Westerner with curly hair and a beard, a large nose, and wide eyes. This makes it possible to gauge how deep and active exchanges between Shilla and the West were at the time. Last week, we learned mass migration, and today we studied empire building and long-distance trade. If so, which one? Which dynamics of Jerry Bentley's historiography is behind Hallyu history? Look forward to next week, episode 323. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and stay tuned for the next time. Bye-bye.